it through 3 hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, it's the After Show, where we have gathered to we have one last shot at this before Christmas. We try to get it right. Hey, Jim.
Unlikely.
We got Jim and Michelle have joined us again.
That's right.
And what's he doing over there? She's munching on Cheetos or something?
Yeah, some nacho chips over here.
Nacho ranch.
Nacho, because they're nachos.
They're nachos, they're mine.
That's right. They're not nacho chips. So, yeah, no problem talking on the radio.
Perfect.
Because he's a professional. Don't try this at home, right?
That's right.
Hey,
yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, Rusty's been on hold for a while. Let's go ahead and bring him in. He's in Florida. Hey, Rusty, got a range report for us?
Yes, sir, I do. Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Same to you, buddy.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to tell you, my dad was in the West Virginia National Guard prior to World War II, and he qualified in the National Guard with the 1903 A3, and he always swore that it was a better battle rifle than the M1 Garand.
Mm-hmm. So, a lot of people said that.
One of the things I always wanted to do was get one in battle dress, and I finally obtained one, and I took my son just went crazy over it. He's 28, and he's a police officer. We went out to shoot it, and, of course, he goes down and sets the target up, because he's got younger legs than I do. So being that he set the target up, I let him shoot it first. He went prone from 100 yards. The first round clipped the left lower leg of the X.
Wow.
The second round was a perfect pinwheel. And it just, it can't get any better than that.
Shooting iron sights?
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yes, as it should be, yes. So how did it work when you shot it?
I could keep them in the black.
Okay.
I don't have
Fair enough.
I don't have 28-year-old eyes anymore.
There you go.
Younger legs and eyes.
Yes, it's the eyes. I know it is. That is wonderful. So now you have shot this rifle with your son. That's a fabulous experience. What is your feeling about the whole thing?
Oh, I love it. And the heck of it is, I asked him what he want. My son, I said, "What do you want for Christmas?" He goes, "How about a box of stripper clips for the A4 or for the 03A3?"
Yeah, for the 03A3. Yes, yeah. Exactly. So you can buy a bunch of stripper clips and you'll be good to go. Yeah, there were a lot of folks during World War II who said, "No, I really want to keep my 1903. I like my bolt action rifle. I don't want that Garand thing." Right.
Well, I like it from an old man standpoint, and being somewhat frugal or cheap, however you want to put it. Frankly, the 03A3 is much easier on brass than the Garands are.
Yep.
I load cast bullets, and I can keep brass going with cast bullets in an 03A3 for a long time.
For a long time, yeah. How many reloads can you get out of brass, do you think?
I usually go 7 or 8 times before I start worrying about anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm not pushing it very hard. I'm shooting a 180 grain bullet at about 1,700 feet per second, and it's just a real nice clinker load.
What do you see on a case that makes you throw out a case? What are you looking for?
I usually look at the web to see if I'm getting any stretching, any thinning out in that area down there.
Right, get a ring.
When that starts getting weak, then I usually toss them out before they cause a problem.
Right, exactly. What we're talking about is just above the groove, or the extractor groove in a case, is the web. That's the thin part. And as a case stretches, it can form a little bitty, faint, light-colored ring at that point. What are we talking about? Maybe 1/16 of an inch, eighth of an inch up from the extractor groove there. And if you see that happening, it's, probably about that. The other thing I've heard people say is you could actually take a paper clip, bend it 90-degree angle, straighten it out first, do a 90-degree angle, sharpen it, and reach down in the case, and you can actually drag it along the inside wall there and feel if you can feel like a little separation or an indentation or something. But I always figure just look at it. If it starts to show any, and there's no point in taking a chance. If it starts to show anything, just ditch the case.
I have a dental pick on my bench that I use just for that purpose.
Okay. Same deal.
It's
exactly that. You could get a separation. That means the back of the cartridge case, 30-06 cartridge case, could actually separate, and now you're ended up with a stuck case inside the chamber, not to mention the fact that you could end up with powder going everywhere and kind of a blowback in your face. But now it's an ugly mess is what it is. Well, that's very cool. Thank you for that range report. What a great story that your dad liked that rifle. Now you and your son are shooting same model. That is just pretty sweet. You know what that means? It makes it easy. At some point, I think maybe there's a gift opportunity for your son.
Oh yeah, well, that's after he. I mean, after he cut the X that first round, he looked through the spot and scope, and he turned around. Honestly, I wouldn't take $1 million for the smile he had on his face. And then he looked at me, and after the second one, he goes, "I guess you're going to have to get yourself another one, huh?"
I love it.
Perfect. Absolutely. That, when we say that's what it's all about, that is, in fact, what it's all about, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. Rusty, thank you so much. Great range report. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you. Same to y'all.
All right. You take care. I mean, that's pretty cool when your son turns around, that smile that just beams. He says, "I wouldn't take $1 million for that smile." Going, okay.
True. There's nothing that replaces that experience.
That's the deal right there. That is the deal. So, man. So, Jim, you were telling me that you have figured out what I think is a pretty cool Christmas present for some folks.
Oh, did you get me a rifle?
Close.
Oh,
Close.
sorry. Okay, sorry.
327
Right,
lever.
But they didn't have any 327s. He said, nobody wants those.
I'm giving away gym bags is what I'm doing. Heavy-duty duffel bags.
Is that JIM bags?
Yeah, exactly.
Gym bags?
I'm wondering.
All my old stuff from the gymnasium stuff.
That's right. I'm cleaning out the closet, all the nasty stuff on the floor.
Might smell like socks, but you can put stuff in it. I'm giving away the NRA duffel bags is what I'm doing because they come free with NRA membership, which is the actual gift.
So who gets this?
Well, one of my sons who doesn't have it yet. My daughter is going to get one. And a couple other people that I work with here and there in the music world, etc., that are gun guys. We just can't afford it, to be honest. So I'm going to kind of surprise them a little bit and see how it works out. I won't have the duffel bags in time. Cool. They're just going to get the little card. But.
Oh, I was going to say, you'd know how it worked out if they hit you upside the head with the bag.
Just one.
Oh, that's awesome.
You buy them online?
Yeah, just go to NRA.org, and they got a little button for membership, and it says join, actually. And they've got different prices. You can go 5 years for $140, which is a great deal. But for that many people, I can't swing it. So I'm probably going to do one.
You get
one
the annual membership.
Yeah, well, for most. And then for my son, I'll get two because I actually pretend I love him.
Nice.
I want him to at least think I love him.
You have to keep up the illusion,
Yeah.
Everybody else got a 1 year, but you got a 2 year. It's awesome to see you doing what we suggest to other people. Mm-hmm. It's and we've always been that way. But,
I mean, I understand like iTunes gift cards and that kind of stuff, and that's useful too. But I think the thing with this is they're in now. They'll get their magazine, they'll get their subscription, they can renew it themselves the following year.
Learn so much more.
Yeah. At least they'll be in the club, so to speak.
Well, and it's something that they wouldn't get themselves. They would be more apt to go and get an iTunes gift card.
Right. And if they haven't yet, they will. And it's still a gift. I fulfilled my obligation. And all they can do is say, I wish I would have had iTunes card.
Yeah, well, there's always Kroger.
No doubt.
That's pretty neat. I like that. It's
just basic. It's
creative.
Simple. It's simple.
It's easy.
In other words, I waited too long, and I had to do something.
It's last minute. Here we go.
Everybody,
all right, I got one for you.
Bag.
We need the numbers. We need the numbers up. I mean, just because the election's over doesn't mean we don't need the clout.
No, we still need it.
Isn't that the truth? All right, I'm looking at this list of new guns from Ruger, and one I did not mention on the broadcast. Actually, two I didn't mention on the broadcast. There's a new caliber. Fairly new caliber. You all know about the 6.5 Creedmoor. Well, this is not it. This is the 6mm Creedmoor. Mm-hmm. So it's a 243 caliber. So they are bringing out the Ruger Precision and the Ruger American Rifle Predator in 6mm Creedmoor.
That would be cool.
The Ruger American Rifle Ranch version, which is a short barrel with a Picatinny rail on a bolt-action gun in a 450 Bushmaster caliber.
Wow.
45 caliber that the Bushmaster was designed to run in an AR, but you get a 16-inch barrel. It's got a muzzle brake, and it comes with a Picatinny rail on it. Man.
You go first.
I was going to say, that's
well, you know what I'm
piece of lead you're
thinking?
throwing.
I wonder if that would qualify for Ohio's deer hunting, because it's a straight wall.
458.
Case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's a 450 Bushmaster. I bet it would.
It's a great Alaskan gun, too.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or any other thing. If you just want to
Yeah.
Is that another road trip you're
roll
planning that we don't know about? Michelle?
Well, I had one in mind, but I can think of a few places in Alaska to go.
Yeah, no kidding.
We have peeps up
All
there.
right.
They'd love to host us.
Do you? You know how long it takes to drive to Alaska?
Well, I've not driven there. We've flown there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The drive,
You've been there, though.
Yeah.
And boy, were your arms tired. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, I drove to Alaska from Washington, D.C. We went to Seattle.
Oh, my God.
And when you get to Seattle, you're halfway. Mm-hmm. Just to give you an idea, it's 5 days to Seattle, and it's 5 days to Anchorage from there. Wow. Man, it is a long way.
No doubt.
But the problem with driving is you can't take your pistol.
right? You have to go through Canada.
Oh, no.
Got to go through Canada. Well, you
can
could go
FedEx it
around
to
Canada,
yourself.
but you're going to get wet.
Can you FedEx it to yourself?
Yes, you can actually. You can FedEx it to yourself. No, I was going to say, why couldn't you send it to a gun store? Say, I'm going to send it up. I like your idea, Michelle. I'm going to send it to a gun store. I say, look, I need you to clean my gun for me. And then you can come up there and pick it up. And it doesn't have to go into the record books, right?
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
Can you ferry out of Washington?
You can. I'm not sure if it comes out of Washington. I think, unfortunately, it goes out of Vancouver. But there is the Alaska State Ferry. Now, I picked up the State Ferry, Rupert? Yeah, I think it's Rupert, Canada. So you got to drive up into Canada for that. I don't know. And the other thing is, if you did, you'd want to make sure it doesn't stop at any Canadian port to call.
Right.
That could be an issue. But if you stayed on the boat, maybe it'd be okay. This would be an interesting question. And I know where to go for the answer. If you really care, if you're going to go to Alaska, you need to buy a copy of an annual book called The Milepost. They put it out once a year, and it has the updated information, and it basically goes mile by mile on every road in Alaska and also the ways of getting up there. It is the absolute go-to reference on anybody who wants to go to Alaska to do anything.
Oh, cool.
Call the Milepost. Used to work for, when I was the editor of Alaska Magazine, at that time, the company that owned Alaska Magazine also published the Milepost, so we were quite familiar with that.
Sweet.
Fun stuff. Okay. Tell you what, let's take a quick break here. We'll come back and talk a little more Christmassy and gun going bang bang stuff. We'll be right back.
If you love to shoot sporting clays, Mossberg has just the gun for you. The new Pro Series Sporting is a full-featured target gun that fits well and points naturally right out of the box. Designed in conjunction with Gil and Vicky Ash of OSP Shooting Schools, the Mossberg 930 was developed to work with you to make clay shooting easier, more consistent, and more enjoyable. This fall, head out to the range and break more clays with the new Mossberg 930 Sporting. Learn more at mossberg.com.
Want your next gun purchase to be fast and hassle-free? Well, at galleryofguns.com, you can search through thousands of models from our huge firearms inventory. Find a great offer from a local dealer that includes all fees and taxes. And there's no need to arrange a transfer. Gallery of Guns takes a small deposit on your credit card, and your gun will be at your chosen dealer in as little as 48 hours. Plus, your gun will be covered by our guaranteed lifetime replacement warranty. Galleryofguns.com. Search, find, buy. It really is just that easy.
All right, we're back with more of the after show. We got Michelle and Jim, and we're all in the Jingle Bells Christmas spirit. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Bah humbug.
No.
Oh.
Stop.
I'm just kidding. I love Christmas. Christmas is cool.
All right, so do you like our Christmas song that we play once a year? I do like my Christmas song.
Yes.
I like it. The intro,
Yeah.
it was very cool.
I got-
Play it
we
again,
gotta
won't
play
you?
it. Why don't I?
Let's see. A 22 rifle for Katie. A 20 gauge auto for Christopher. A pair of engraved single-action 4440s for Mom. And an AR-15 for Grandma. Ho, ho, ho.
All the best to you and yours. from Tom Gresham's Gun Talk.
Now, how do you not like that, really? Fun stuff. And an AR-15 for Grandma.
That's just what every grandma needs. Indeed.
Well, they usually get the foregrip. It helps them out quite a bit.
That's right. That's
awesome.
Right. Yeah. I was shooting an AR on Friday, and can't talk. New caliber.
Can't talk
New
about
caliber
it.
for ARs. Can't talk about it, but it was fun. We're going to have more. We're going to have so much fun stuff to talk about. The new things at SHOT Show. I was actually very surprised that Ruger announced all this stuff. It sent out an email and said, "Hey, we're telling all our dealers about it. We're telling them to keep it quiet, but you know how they are. So go ahead and talk about it now."
They're realists. Yeah,
exactly. Because once you've sent it to everybody, the distributors and the dealers, it's out.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, it's just out. So, Michelle, what are you doing for Christmas?
Hosting Christmas. So,
ooh, what time should I be there?
Right. Anytime between 2 and 5. We try to eat dinner around 2, 3 o'clock and, do all the gift stuff afterwards. So my sister will be coming down from Michigan and family will be coming over from miles away. So, yeah, it'll be a good time. Can't wait.
So what are you cooking?
We are having rouladen and homemade spetzels. Yeah, well, rouladen. It's a good German meal. Yeah.
I don't know rouladen.
It's thin sliced steak with sautéed mushrooms and pickle rolled up with some spicy mustard, put in the oven at a high temperature. Yeah. Homemade spetzel. I can't wait.
That does not sound like a traditional Christmas
what?
meal, but I guess it is for your family.
Okay, well, there'll be a kielbasa, and maybe we'll have a little bit of ham.
There you go.
I'm going to push right down through to the pies. That's what I want to know about.
I don't know.
Desserts?
We do desserts. My daughter is a cheesecake queen, so we count on her.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, she makes homemade cheesecakes, and there's nothing better. So, that's what we're looking forward to.
2 o'clock, you said?
Yeah, dessert's probably not until 4.
Well, I wouldn't want to miss either of them, so.
All right,
Man.
2 o'clock.
About 1:15, yeah.
That sounds great.
Don't bring your gym bag. It's okay. You can come empty-handed to my house. It's fine.
Especially not with
Or just air it out.
gym clothes.
Yeah, or air out your bag.
Just leave the bag outside, Jim. Come on in.
Oh, man.
No gift needed.
Yeah. So,
Well,
okay.
what are you doing for Christmas?
We're just doing the family thing.
Cool.
We have basically Ryan's extended family. So we all get together here. And then the day after that, we're going to go play in a winter wonderland. Because
Cool.
my wife and I are going back to Idaho.
Nice.
Where this morning it was 25 below zero.
Without any wind chill factor or anything else.
That's not the feel-like temperature.
Right.
Yeah.
And, so play in the snow, people say, what are you going to do? Well, we're going to ride snow machines, snowmobiles, get snow shoes and play on those and drive the little four-wheeler around wherever there's enough or less snow, enough where we can run it. Because if it's really deep, you can't run those.
Right.
And, basically just enjoy looking at the winter wonderland, which is not Louisiana at the moment, where it is rainy and 45 degrees and miserable.
Yeah, you won't be doing much snowmobiling down there this year. It's a bad year for snowmobiling in Louisiana.
Mudmobiling, yes. It's another bad year for snowmobiling in Louisiana.
Wow, that's like thousands in a row.
Hence the reason you bought the place in Idaho. You had these snow machines. What do I do with them?
That's right. What am I going to do with this stuff?
I buy both of those. We throw the house in. Sure.
Everybody says, you don't have to buy anything. We've got everything here. So, okay, we'll do that for a while. We'll borrow.
You're going to love it.
There
Getting to know the whole deal. But, yeah, it's fun stuff. So we're going to go enjoy some winter wonderland there, spend time with family, of course, around here. And in the meantime, I got to do a little gun shopping.
Yeah.
So,
you got to be running low right about now.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Well, I did just list several guns. They're on the website at Brian Belinsky's website, by the way, for those who would care, fieldsportltd.com. Mm-hmm. There are, what do we got, four shotguns of mine I put for sale there.
Dr. Shotgun, huh?
Well, yeah, Brian's is the Dr. Shotgun. I finally faced reality and said, okay, they are beautiful. Yes, and they are really well made, and they're really good quality guns, and they don't fit me, so why do you have them?
Yeah, if you really don't use them, no sense.
Somebody should use them.
And I use them, but I can't hit anything with them, which is kind of less than satisfying.
Right.
It's the whole part of the shooting experience is the part that I like the best is the hitting part.
Yeah.
So
We'll get there one day. Yeah.
Especially with shotguns.
So I took him up to Brian, and he measured a ball, and he said, look, here's the deal. He said, we really can't bend these stocks enough to fit you, because I shoot left-handed. And he said, you could try going with new stock. He says, but honestly, you'd be better off just selling them and buying different guns. And I said, okay.
Yeah, once you heard buy, you said, yeah, or whatever.
Buy new guns? Oh, okay, I'm with you now. I got it. So
you had me at
that's
buy.
what we're up to.
Did he have something in mind, Tom, with that, or no?
He suggested, I did not know this, he said, well, the folks at Cesar Guerini, and they make really nice over and under shotguns. And, at every level, kind of an entry level, such as it is on over and unders, and up to very expensive ones. He said, but you can send them your measurements, which I have, because I did a fitting with Brian, and they will actually, for a fee, of course, make the shotgun with the stock that has your measurements.
Wow. As opposed to production line where then you got to modify it, et cetera, right?
Then you got to go take it to a gun fitter and have it bent or shaved or whatever. They just make it with your measurements from the beginning, going, oh, yeah, that is absolutely what we're going to be doing.
So as long as your arms don't grow, your shoulder drops, you're in good shape.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. He said he talks about weight gain and loss. Mm-hmm. He says 10 pounds is worth 1/16 of an inch on the measurement on your stock, and 20 pounds can really throw off your gun fit. So if you're measured at one weight and you change either up or down, it can really change things.
Well,
Didn't know that.
Not just that, but attire. The season that you're shooting in.
You're talking about our belly? What are you talking about?
That's exactly what I thought you meant.
Not a tire.
Double T.
Your attire.
Double T.
What's she trying to say here, Jim? I don't know. I'm just saying,
I got a spare one.
That's kind of rude. I'm just saying,
But, the coats and all of that type of thing, depending on the season that you're going to be using your shotgun in, that makes a big difference, too.
Oh, it's a good point. It absolutely does. If you get fitted wearing a T-shirt and then you have to wear like a duck hunting jacket or something, it throws the fit off completely.
Yep.
Now, when you get fitted, do you get fitted wearing what you're going to wear in the field?
You should.
And you can't change clothes.
So you figure out, okay, is this going to be like
or?
a trap and skeet gun, which I'm going to use in the summer, or is it, or you can say, look, I need one that's going to be able to take all of this. He says, okay, well, then we're going to set it up this way, and then
compromise.
Maybe you could put a slip-on pad here for the length of pull, or something to allow for that. But yeah, it's a good point.
Huh. So you're telling me if I lose 20 pounds, I've got your permission to go buy a new shotgun? Is that what you're trying to say? Am I reading into this?
I'll even give you a permission slip.
Dear Jim's wife.
Wait, she knows me too well. She won't pay any attention to that.
Yeah. What are you and Gresham cooking up now?
That's right. And let's see, right after the first of the year, I'm going to go on a duck hunt, which I'm looking forward to. Haven't hunted ducks this year yet, so by then you guys should have had all of the cold weather, and it should have all the birds should be down here, which would be great. Mm-hmm. I do love duck hunting. Oh, okay. Here's a little thing for you. I mentioned my friend Wade Bourne had died.
Right.
Well, Wade was a really funny guy. You got to go on YouTube and look for the video of Wade laughing in ducks, calling ducks by laughing.
Oh, gosh.
I know. It sounds bizarre, but he was calling a blue-winged teal, and they have a real high-pitched call, and there's a call made for that. It goes, that's kind of a duck call. He says, but the old folks in Reelfoot Lake, which is a cool place, Reelfoot Lake, it was formed in the 1812 New Madrid earthquake when the Missouri River flowed backwards. Little known fact. But Reelfoot Lake, the old guys would laugh in the ducks. So instead of using a call, it goes, they would just go, and swear to God, they would call in ducks that way. And this video of Wade doing that is so funny, it's worth looking up for everybody. It's a fun deal.
I could see like Three Stooges, Here they come.
Just a silly little thing.
Here come the teal.
Well, fun stuff. Exactly.
Yeah, Yeah.
All right. Well, for those who are still with us and have not bugged out, I wish everyone a great and wonderful Christmas. We're going to be they're going to get like a bonus treatment after show on Christmas Day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're piecing that together as we speak.
Yeah, we're going to have like all after show on Christmas Day, which is very cool. And then for our New Year's Day, we're going to actually run. I thought it'd be cool to start the year off with the show that we did from Gunsight, where it was the first show after the election.
Yeah.
Where we talked about what's coming and where we're going with all that. And we have a very exciting new year and 4 years ahead of us. We're all keeping our fingers crossed. And unlike Michelle Obama, I have a lot of hope right now.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I'm going, come on, really? Yeah, I hope
what
too.
It feels like to have no hope. Yeah, that's right. We have hope that you guys will just leave. Would you please?
Move along. Nothing to see here.
That's right.
When they go
right. Time's
low,
up.
we go higher.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, they're talking about exactly digital ipecac. They were talking about this would be the.
Well, I'm going to get that domain name right now. Excuse me,
it's already gone. I already got it. Digitalipecac.com. So they're talking about this would be the lowest TV ratings of any inauguration ever. And it's going to be the other way around. It's going to be
this
huge.
From the same people who kept telling us what a loser he was.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nobody's going to watch it. We're protesting it. Good.
And it's going to be huge.
You're deplorable, Tom.
I am. God,
we got monstrously huge numbers without you watching. Imagine if you would have. We didn't need you.
It's just this the Hillary who could pull 500 people to an event, and Trump who could pull 10,000 people to an event. Well, but nobody really is supporting this guy.
Well, 100 of those were her entourage.
Yes, so the rest were media suck-alongs.
Yeah.
So, oh, goodness gracious. Now, all right, here's the question. Are we going to see any more of her?
Oh, God, I can't give you the answer I wanted to give.
Do you think Michelle is going to end up running for office? I just ruined your Christmas, didn't I? Right there.
I won't be able to eat those spatials. And
where's that epicot?
Yeah. Wow, that's
Epicat.
Ugh. I don't want to think about it.
I think there's no
You guys have
background
not
there
thought
for
about
one.
that, huh?
Wow.
She's as unaccomplished as he was, so why shouldn't she run?
Oh, don't get me started.
The amateur part too. Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Can you tell?
Things to be aware of. Watch your six, we say, because they're always sneaking up behind you.
Yeah. Well, we got to get past the Electoral College, right?
Right, and then of course the impeachment effort. They're going to try to impeach Trump as quickly as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So that'll be kind of a fun thing to do. But, let's impeach him before he takes office. It's kind of like giving somebody the Nobel Peace Prize before he takes office.
Right.
No one would ever do something like that.
Isn't that impeachable?
Oh, God. I'm hoping that national reciprocity flies through, Safe Airing Act flies through, and we can move along.
Yes.
Yeah, and we can bring those Garans back to the U.S. That's just a sign of the document, just stroke of the pen, law of the land.
And do you know how
as Paul Begala said?
Do you know how the media will handle that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Trump smuggles in illegal guns.
Well, it's better than ATF smuggling out illegal guns with Fast and Furious. Boom.
You're here all week. Try the deal.
Let's give them to the narco terrorists and see how that works out.
God.
Yeah, that.
God, if it wasn't
okay.
It's really funny, although it's sad. Sadly true.
Yes, the real thing, the cabinet's one thing, but the real interesting part's going to be who he picks for Supreme Court justice.
Yep.
And I am simply not returning his calls. He keeps calling, keeps bugging me all the time. So, no, I'm sorry.
No, you're holding out for presidency, Ron.
Coin flip between
Donnie, I just can't do that, man.
There was a coin flip between you and Kanye, I heard.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay. Well, I got to go pack, and we're all getting ready for our Christmas. So you guys just have a really good Christmas. Be safe, okay? Take care of each other.
Likewise, my friend.
Take care, Tom. Safe travels.
Absolutely. And for everybody out there, enjoy the moment, whatever moment you're in. Even when they're not wonderful, they're all wonderful, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
Take care, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.